I was born in a prison. Okay. Welcome
how we're doing it.
to the BloodShot Eyes and Sore Thumbs podcast. Yet another week for our Destiny 2 Super Surge Super Show.
Sounds like that came straight out of the 90s.
Yeah, something like
We made
that. We made it, boys.
The Surge, 64.
Yeah. So, this episode, we're going all about the Destiny 2 live stream reveal from Bungie. Yes, we know it came out last week, but we were just itching to get some E3 confessions off of our chests. And we all started up the Surge last week. We being me, Best Jacob Alive 2. I am Jacob. I'm joined today, as always, by the Eagle.
Hey, what's good, man?
And the Old Crow.
How we
Old
doing?
Bradley.
Hey.
Fellas been having a good week?
Week's just starting. For me.
What?
I said
An
start
obscure
weeks
thing to
whenever
say,
I want.
Last week? No. Terrible, almost.
Y'all itching to talk about Destiny?
I've got Gold Bond itch powder all over myself.
I'm itching from
the
Destiny.
medicated. The medicated's the best. It's like little menthol fairies just kissing your balls, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Excuse me, your bag."
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah,
That green
explicit
bottle.
content button being pushed for this one, folks.
Oof.
Since we have so much to talk about, we got a bunch of news. By bunch, I mean a little bit. We saw the we got the buzzer beater with the reveal on Far Cry 5 last week, right before we started recording, and then over the course of the week, we got a bunch of little snippets of trailer and then a full reveal trailer.
Oh, yeah.
What do y'all think?
I'm hyped.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
aboard the
pretty
hype
excited.
train. I'm going. Got tickets. You coming with me?
I think so. I
I'm the
think I might.
conductor.
Brent
This'll-
has never played a Far Cry before.
Yeah, this will be my first installment. I'm pretty hyped for it. It's set in a pretty creepy environment to me, in my opinion.
Yeah, America.
Yeah. the backwoods of America.
Montana falls into city in Hope County, Montana.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty excited for Montana. Now, I will say the thing that I really liked about Far Cry getting into it, I played Far Cry 3 was the first one I played, and that was in a tropical environment. And that was the cool thing about it that hooked me. Far Cry 4 was cool. That was, Himalayas? Right?
Yeah, Nepal.
Nepal, yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff.
And then they
Old
had
pagan men.
Primal, which is just a long time ago.
Cleveland.
Everything was the same. Saber-toothed tigers and the Browns.
And LeBron's. And,
But this
Yeah,
one being
rugged-
in Montana
territory.
is really, it's different. It's going to be familiar to all of us. We're familiar with Montana. I know we don't spend much time there, but I know what it is. Read about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's where they find the dinosaur bones, bud.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And grass.
Sure is. What do y'all think about this? It looks like it's pretty heavy in a cult type of setting. This is going to be our enemy faction this time around. It looks like an aggressive, demented cult taking over the area.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's what I meant by, that's frightening to me. Nothing scares me more than being in,
Yeah.
the middle of the woods with, kooky, culty people, man.
We
I don't
all
know, for
saw
whatever
Blair
reason.
Witch Project, man.
Yeah, man. That
Seriously.
creeps me out.
Ugh. I'm just glad it's not Far Cry like spiders. That creeps me out. I'm comfortable
Far
with shooting
Cry
some
spider-
crazy cultists.
Spider Planet.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be a DLC.
Yeah.
Well, I think Far Cry has always been great because of its awesome villains, right? They have these awesome, charismatic bad guys that you love to hate. And some of the key art that they've shown of this is this kind of, like you said, kind of cult religious guy, big beard. Let's see. I'm excited to see what he's all about.
Watch out for cult religious guys with beards.
Yeah.
Is
Careful.
the lesson Ubisoft is trying to the cover art, or excuse me, not cover art, the promotional art that they released. What did y'all think about that with the whole
Last Supper.
Last
deal?
Supper vibe going on with it? I think it says a lot for
Yeah.
being a still.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
definitely telling.
It's definitely
lot
like
going on.
dripping America, You know, like there's a lot of American like symbolism in the picture because if I'm not mistaken, Far Cry is developed in what, like France or?
I thought they were Canadian, but
Canadian, yeah.
I don't have my Google about me right now.
But yeah, anyway, you slice it, you know, they're not from Montana, you know, so I think it'll be interesting to see other people's take on, you know, where we're from. I'm excited. It looks cool.
For sure.
I like all the other ones, so.
Yeah, this one's got a real, despite the obvious mega violence that we're all in tune for, they have ATVs and a real Fargo feel. And I always like that creepy, you know, nobody's going to find you and this isn't going to be on the news type vibe.
Yep.
Yeah.
What happens in Montana stays in Montana.
Guys, I goofed a little bit last week, in more ways than one, twice to be exact. Number one, I think it was just a content mistake, and I get so excited talking. I believe we were talking about the Bethesda reveal at E3, and I mentioned Bioshock. I got Resident Evil on the mind.
Resident Evil.
I mentioned Bioshock in the same breath. Again, if these were like teasers that it might come out or whatnot, I am aware that Bethesda does not make it. Again, I think I was just yammering on, and it was a context thing. Also, I found some stuff going on. Remember how excited I was about EA thinking this is going to be cool? FIFA on the Switch last week? Nope. Nope.
Just like that?
You're getting some type of FIFA.
Well, exactly. I got some look at some screenshots, and folks, it's not FIFA 18. It's something to the tune of Wii Sports FIFA. I personally don't care to get the name exactly right, but I feel like a goof after taking some articles at face value, and don't want to give you the alternative facts. Don't want to give you the fake news.
It'll happen.
So,
it'll happen out there.
New bit. Apologies for things we did last week.
Nice.
We'll knock it out at the top. So, speaking of things we did last week, we watched the Destiny 2 reveal, guys. Yeah. I know where I was watching it. I was one of 400,000 viewers, and this is just waiting, and this was before it actually got kicked off. And I had to rejoin. And this time it was in the millions. Did y'all have fun watching this? Did y'all catch it live?
Yeah, most of it.
I catch the replay of pretty much everything, you know.
Yeah. Now, Brent, is this going to be okay with you?
I don't know. I guess we'll just kind of have to find out, you know. But let's just take it slow, all right?
Guess who's back in town today, boy?
Do we want to have like maybe a safe word?
Say pineapple if it gets too much.
Okay, pineapple it is. Fair enough.
Say engram.
Pineapple.
Wait, hold on.
Engrams.
That might come up.
Pineapple.
Engrams.
It's too much. I can just smell my money burning.
So you weren't excited?
No, of course I am. I'm excited for any new game. It's just they have a lot of faith that I don't have to win me back. That they're gonna have to do. And you know, I want it to be good. I want it to be awesome, and I want to play it. You know what I mean? But as of right now, you got me at a 0. Get me up to a 10, Destiny 2.
Want you to want me.
Yeah. Well, Eagle, I did that on purpose. I hope Brent was able to get all that vinegar out right at the top. And we could delve into what we thought. Personally, I saw it. Yeah, I agree with Brent in a conversation that we had over the course of the week at the old rock polishing mill. He's saying, he's saying it looks an awful lot like Destiny. But to me, yes, I agree with you. But I also, I respect that they didn't go the route of a lot of other properties that I've seen before that weren't necessarily doing very well. Batman, I'm talking to you. Go this super dark, super mature rated type of route and really just change their feel and vibe. And to me, keeps it really light and hopefully just expanded. And maybe Bungie's retooled the game to hopefully address every issue everyone's had. I mean, they definitely checked a lot of boxes for me on this broadcast.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I played a lot of Destiny. I like Destiny a lot. You know, it had a lot of flaws, but it had a lot of, you know, really, really great elements. So, you know, everything that they showed to me looked like they understand what they need to improve and, you know, at least have shown that they're taking steps in that direction, which, you know, gets me excited as a player.
Almost literally, Scott. Almost literally. They paid attention to nearly every gripe.
Well, yeah. So one thing that the team at Bungie has said is that they want to unhide the fun, which having played a lot of Destiny, I can tell you that some of the best parts of the game, some of the best missions, some of the best experiences are hidden deep in those raids, which are a 6-man thing. It's not advised to go in there with any less, and if you don't have a nice 6-man team that's communicating, you're probably not going to get far anyways. And so without having any matchmaking or any service to group people up in the first game, I'm glad that they've listened and that they have some ideas to improve that this time around.
Yeah. These raids, I don't want to sound silly, but one thing in particular, the raids feel so different to me from the rest of regular Destiny. I just get this Dungeons and Dragons vibe, like when you have a really good DM.
Yeah.
That's like really creative, has this complicated setup. I have not figured out a single raid secret by myself. I've always kind of been like, hey, we got an extra spot. Like strap them in the high chair, give them some Cheerios, and chill in the back, and I play with my paints while everybody's dealing with stuff, and I try my hardest to be where they tell me. Yeah. I don't know how people figured this stuff out.
Oh,
man. Some of the high-level stuff is so complex. I mean, I remember walking into raids and people screaming at me like, shoot this man, shoot him right now. Do your job, pick up that ball, throw it at his face.
Yeah.
All right. Intense. Feeling like an Avenger.
And then just, sitting back and watching the people who can't make the jumping puzzles, try over and over again.
And then the forced patience of the tones of the people just, oh, that was close. Yeah. You'll do it next time.
Yeah, maybe next time just do it.
Yeah, maybe next time just
make it.
Maybe not do what you've been doing.
Right.
That's why I found myself jumping into a raid and having a podcast queued up or a movie that I can start up. This is going to take 3 hours to progress. I guess I'll do something else.
But all that to say, they
Get
have
him another beer.
It's going to be a while.
But they have talked about their guided games function, which is going to allow players who are looking to join a group or looking to do a raid join an active clan who's looking for another member to join the raid team in hopes of maybe joining people up with clans to do this more. I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah. I agree with you, and we're going to get to guided games a little bit later down the line here.
Oh.
And we can go into that a little bit more in depth. But yeah, that was one of my major qualms. And so when they started talking about that, I started getting a little bit more excited. Because that's where I was with Destiny. And again, we'll talk about it in a little bit. But I got kind of held up when it came to the raids because I got jobs and I got responsibles and I got all that stuff. And not all my friends played Xbox One. Not all of them. Not all of them liked Destiny. And even all that did like Destiny, I don't think I had a team of 6 lined up at any given time.
Nope.
Anyway, beginning with a lot of noted differences, besides the fact that I might actually like this one, storyline. If we're talking about checking off boxes of what the public had to say about the first Destiny, it looks like these guys have just gone full throttle on trying to build in a story to this.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that opening video?
Say what?
Did y'all see the opening video with the ship tech? Man, if I were close to the Destiny community, I could remember her name. The one that provided you could buy the ships and the ghosts from, or sparrows from. Excuse me.
Yeah, when she's kind of like flying into the dogfights and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, full dialogue, voice assigned to her. She didn't have a voice before, right? Maybe not until the Taken King expansion.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe like everybody was shopkeeper lines. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, little quotes like on the bottoms of magic cards.
Yeah, but it did look like they went, full on huge cinematic, big time, opening to this in which it looked like the tower's just straight up destroyed. So it's like that's the excuse for starting over.
Yeah. I think I heard the phrase "fully cinematic campaign" more than anything else while watching all this.
I mean, it sounds great. I hope I can describe my feeling, articulate it enough. But, Bungie's so great at making these levels, these maps, when you're walking in them, walking around on Venus, you have the fauna foliage, wrapping around the technology and these right angles covered by this natural organic overgrowth. My point is their level design is so nice when you're there and it's bigger than you. Watching the way they design a video as you're flying around in this cutscene and such, I think kind of trivializes it a little bit. Like, just because I want more story doesn't mean I want more cutscene. I just want a little bit more effort put together. Like, I would have loved to hear what the Traveler was about in the last game, but we start off in this storyline. They say that Destiny is a story of loss. Yeah. We lost this war. Gaul of the Red Legion is mad jelly about human beings walking around with Galar horns.
Super jealous.
Oh, man.
What a dick.
PB and jelly. Yeah. Sandwiches, no crust.
Oh.
Sounds like extra crust. Terrible. Man. Crust off, bud. Crust off. But yeah, he or she don't like it.
Nice.
And they come to Earth. And this says a couple of things. Number one, that the Traveler is well known to different aliens. If we didn't already get that about the Cabal and the Vex and all the different baddies in the first game. But she has come to take the power and destroy us, and they look like they got pretty close. These guys that look an awful lot like Cabal. Did y'all see the Red Legion soldiers?
I think they are just straight up Cabal, right?
Yeah, I think they're just like a little sect of Cabal. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was like a Covenant type thing, like if they were going to introduce a new enemy or not, but it looks like maybe just a new type of Cabal. Straight up looking like Fifth Element aliens. Like,
yeah.
I just want to tell them the fifth element is love, Gaul. But
multi-pass.
Yeah, and Cade 6 seems to be stealing the show.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a big eye roll on that one from me.
Yeah, you don't like old Cade. I played as a hunter in the first Destiny, so I saw an awful lot of Cade 6. So it was, I was already used to his snarkiness and all that. And the Taken King, his voices and all that, his little sound bites, they were pretty funny. But do robots drink?
Totally.
Bender does.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Old green crow. Whom?
Bender.
Futurama.
Oh, how could I be so silly? Yeah. So.
But yes, Cade 6. They're obviously leaning into the characters, right? Like everything they've shown so far has been about Zavala, the Titan, and Cade 6, the Hunter. They've been really leaning into these personalities and such, and. For me, Destiny is fun because of its gameplay. The story is, could come or go. I think that's really great. I think they understand that they need to do something better than they did last time. Yeah. But to me, I think leaning into these characters might be the wrong way to go as far as a way to tell this story. Because, like you said, Jake, more cutscenes doesn't necessarily mean like better story. It's just, there are different ways to do it.
It is a swing at organization of the story, though. Because and I'm only inferring based on what I heard, but the loose skeleton that I put together for the way this is supposed to go, the formula, seems to be that you have to go to these different planets. They're all new planets, and you're searching for the respective Vanguard that resides there. And then after you collect all of them, I suppose, then you go for Gaul. In so many words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Help me out with the new planets where these folks live. I only really remember that the Titan retreats to Titan.
Hey, that's not a planet.
It's
a satellite. It's a moon.
Oh, you got me, bud.
I did get you.
Well, if we follow that logic, what do we got? We got Warlock and then the planet
glasses.
Hunter.
Yeah. 'Tis a moon of Saturn.
Yeah, I believe the Warlock's
methane.
on Io. Am I? Yeah. And I don't. Where is the Hunter?
I don't know if it's them. If it's Cade 6 for sure, but this new planet Nessus.
Okay.
Nessus. Which I guess could be a moon too. So chill out, Brent.
Space place.
But I'm assuming we'll go collect them respectively and then bring them back to where is the home base now on Earth? The European Dead Zone?
Dead Zone. Yep, yeah. EDZ.
And specifically the farm. And And
I hope it's just like right in the middle of the Cosmodrome.
Yeah,
just with snow on it.
just the same place.
Oh,
That would make me just chuckle.
yeah.
Everything is upside down.
So that's going to be the new hub world where where we hang out and
No more tower.
no more tower.
No more tower. No
and
more
no-
engrams.
No pineapple. No more
Pull up.
no more going to orbit apparently.
Yeah, that was a nice thing that they talked about. Is they wanted a little bit more seamless gameplay in there, which I am super down for that.
Yeah, they made it sound like it was coming in the form of, they might still call it patrol, but I remember him saying that more than just going on patrol will you encounter these new areas, moon or planet or otherwise. Not having to go to orbit to make the distinction between your different tasks. You land on patrol and you find your side missions. I mean, it sounds like they're adding in a lot of stuff for PvE, I guess, essential experiences that kind of sound a lot like open world type concepts, things like lost sectors and side missions and such.
I think that's super crucial for the quote unquote grind that they're gonna games like Destiny need to have, right? They want people to play it for years, and so they don't want you to finish, they want you to keep replaying stuff. So I think it's smart to not have to break up that activity by going back to orbit, back to the tower, back to orbit, back to the tower, back to orbit, back to the tower. Just keep people playing. I think that's real smart.
I believe they said that the European Dead Zone is twice as big as any other the Destiny 1 maps, I guess you could call them. You guys hear that? Yeah. Twice as big as any other area in Destiny 1. So that's cool.
I suppose we will find out.
And I mean, that can... Jesus, that could be really big.
Nice. Getting excited. Get him another beer.
Get
him another beer.
Hey. One thing, it's coming out on PC.
Hey!
Yeah. I don't know why you'd care so
Nerd.
much about that, but...
I mean, I really wanted to play... I wanted Destiny 1 on PC initially. For whatever reason, I thought it was going to come out for PC, but it obviously didn't.
It should have.
Yeah. I honestly feel like I would have had a better experience just with kind of the community being a little tighter. No offense, there's just like a lot more kids on consoles. Obviously, there's kids on PCs too. I just feel like, I don't know, it might have went a little smoother. The community, that is, on PC.
Well, speaking of community, they're bringing in a couple new formal ideas. We talked about things like guided games earlier. That kind of leads into a whole new aspect. They're taking a lot of the stuff that you used to do over Discord and looking for games with players and such, and kind of internalizing it. I'm kind of excited about clans. Like you have this Destiny group that is there for you to tap into whenever it comes up to raids and building up and such. Do y'all hear a lot about this? Look into this.
Yeah.
So they had like a good clan system outside of the game last time. It was like, why didn't you implement it in the game besides just showing a little name on my tag? So it seems like this time they took a major step in the right direction to put all that in the game. Like don't make me use your website. Don't make me use an app. Don't make me use somebody else's third-party app to do something that is kind of half-baked. But the clan stuff looks cool. Being able to search and find clans with similar interests and stuff, I think will be a great way for players to make friends and experience this game together.
Yeah. One cool thing I heard, I believe earlier today, about the clans is if you aren't actively in the game, you're at work or doing whatever, and your clan goes and does something, you will be rewarded from it, just from your clan doing. Obviously, probably not as extensive as if you were actually in that game doing it, but you still apparently get some sort of reward, probably experience or something like that.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the clan-wide experience?
Yeah, so
Points
like
being assigned?
Yeah, so like if you're, let's say us three are in a clan and I go to work and I don't get to do a raid with you guys and you guys go on and complete the raid, because I'm in the clan, I'll get a little kickback of probably experience or something like that. Maybe an engram or two.
Giggle monsters, wherever you are out there, I'm joining your clan.
Yeah.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, I mean, I work late nights at the old plastic Santa statue plant. So some of my friends have day jobs.
Yeah.
And and it just doesn't match up. And so I'm kind of stuck on a raid. I just don't, But I enjoy playing PvE. I don't get a whole lot in the Crucible. I enjoy the what was the game type where you have your weapon buffs don't matter.
Oh,
you're just playing the game. Iron Banner.
Is that what it was?
They had different game types for that, but yeah, I think that was one where they kind of set all the levels straight.
Yeah.
I mean, because let's be honest, Destiny is a solid first-person shooter. The mechanics of the game and everything are
top notch.
The best around.
And I always enjoy playing through that on my own. And it'd be nice to know that what I'm doing is still going to towards the clan, even though I can usually just play by myself.
Yeah.
Or maybe with
really
one
cool.
other buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, and hopefully with the guided games thing, even with somebody like you who has a crazy schedule, you still have that chunk of time one day to do this, to at least see what it has to, offer.
Yeah.
I think it's really important.
For sure. We talked about this at the beginning, at the very top. Man, Eagle, tell me what's so awesome about it. Tell me how I have a shot at loving Destiny's twin sister.
Are you sitting down? You ready?
Yeah. I'd say
Pineapple.
Ingrams. Just be easy, bud.
These raids, which are they confirmed to be 6-man? Because they were in the first one.
Oh,
that is a good question.
That's a really good question. I would assume so.
Who knows? We'll go with the theory that they're probably 6-man again.
Sure.
It was all on you to do that in your own fire team, right? There was no matchmaking. There was no all right, I got 3 friends, let's go find the other 3. It was just no, you have to invite all 6 men to do this. So that got tough, into the fact, nothing built in the game. People were using websites, looking for group and Reddit and all sorts of stuff that were built by the community to try and find people. And, even myself, the first time I went through the Vault of Glass was off a LFG group. Just some kind Sherpas let me into their group and told me where to stand, told me what to shoot and what to do.
Yep.
And, my eyes were the size of saucers. Oh my gosh, this is the best thing in this game, and no one sees this.
Yep.
So this time around, apparently there's going to be options for you to say, all right, I'm 1 man, I need 5 other people. You can find groups. There's some matchmaking-ish things in there to match you up with other people who are about to do this. And that should be really advantageous to somebody who doesn't know what to do in the raid, or someone who has a lot of knowledge about the raid and just wants to take inexperienced players through to kind of show them around.
Yep.
Like a Sherpa clan.
Oh yeah, totes.
Yeah. That's one of my biggest complaints was I reached a wall when it came to Destiny. I couldn't get the sweet loot that came at the end of those raids. Nightfall strikes. It just wasn't going to happen.
It's tough to do by yourself, or with groups who don't communicate.
And some of the raids literally impossible to do by yourself. You have to have other people.
I understand the point that was made on the broadcast about them being hesitant to do multiplayer for the raids in the begin with, because when you have strangers in challenge, almost quoting them, they said that they're aware of how toxic an environment can be, and they want it to be fun.
Well, it's one of those things, I want matchmaking real bad, but I wouldn't want to use it if it was there. It's a horrible problem to solve, and I think they took a good step in the right direction to kind of say, hey, do you want a group? Are you a group? Look for someone like you who has similar interests.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good way to get people involved in clans as well. You run solo with a group of 5 guys, and it's hey, I really like these, folks. They're funny. I like how they play.
Yeah. Did you touch on that? They said, I believe if clans are doing a raid and they don't have a full team already, it'll look for people and then throw them in there with the clan to finish off the raid.
I didn't hear if it looked for them, but I did get the vibe that it would be available if somebody dropped out. There's an interface to immediately replace them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I think we'll just have to see how it looks when it comes out. New powers. Y'all see this stuff?
Yeah.
You can be an angel.
You can be Captain America.
I'm a warlock turned angel.
Hey,
It sounds like
I
a
was
biker
always
gang.
an angel. I was coming back from the dead, left and right. Praise the sun.
Praise the sun.
Praise the sun.
Yeah.
So with this new power-up Dawn Blade, the warlock appears to take flight and just rain down ordnance from the sky in the form of fire arrows, and it looks metal as fuck and mad bitchin'.
I do like it. His big old mercy wings come out, and he's just like, I'm cool, and I'm going to rain down death.
The Titan embraces his role as tank and generates a shield thingy.
Okay.
For lack of a better term.
You become
But,
Captain America. I mean, that's
Yeah.
imagine Captain
This
America
is-
tossing his shield around.
I didn't want to say it, but it looked pretty familiar. And then finally, this arc staff power up, which is in the same spirit as the Blade Dancer,
Yeah.
the real hunter.
Yeah, they
But
kind of reworked that a
man,
bit.
This looked pretty cool. He's just going all Khalik from Soul Calibur, just messing him up.
And the other subclasses, I guess, should be fairly similar to how they were in the first game, right?
Indeed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
I guess we'll just see. I guess we'll just are they still gonna do light? I don't know. Are
Yeah.
they still gonna do Ingrams?
Well-
I don't know.
And I mean, did we touch on what is the main antagonist in this game? I forget his name. Gaul
of the Red Legion.
Yeah, so he comes to Earth and takes down the tower and then traps the what is it called? The big orb. Oh my god.
Traveler?
The Traveler. Yeah, he like kind of encases it. And then because of that, then all of us we lose our power and our light and all of our equipment. So that's where we are. And then I guess we'll see these new subclasses from that. I'm assuming we'll get the new subclass and then be able to go find all of our old powers and get our life
Classic
back.
story of getting our groove back, boys.
Yeah.
Classic
With
story
treasure
of
maps.
throwing some Dawn Blades at some Cabal, you know.
Yeah.
So
Time
do you think this clan thing is going to replace the banner system from First Destiny, or do you think they're still gonna roll with Future War Cult or what was it called, Dead Sector?
Oh gosh, I'm blanking.
I know, Dead Space.
No.
There's so many things that are
Dead Orbit.
Dead Orbit.
That orbit. There.
nice. With the
New
latency,
Monarchy.
it sounded like we got it at the same time.
Goodness gracious. Dead Orbit.
I wonder if they're still going to be rolling with all that. If it's even going to matter because there's no tower anymore.
Yeah.
I think
One thing I'm excited... Oh, go for it, Bo.
No, I was just going to say, in my heart of hearts, I truly believe that it's going to be kind of like the same experience as far as like your shopkeepers, your leveling and stuff. I feel like they're not going to touch that. But I don't know.
No, I feel the same, kind of. Maybe
Just with
a
how-
little more extensive.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that if they gave you more of a reason to pledge to a faction, would be good. Because, really the only reason to do it in the first game was to get a drop, each time you leveled them up, which, was few and far between and was usually worse than anything you had already.
yeah.
And exclusive equipment that didn't seem to make a whole lot of difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they beep that up,
Well-
give that a little more attention, I'll be in.
Well, was that a little more reasonable in the early game without like the DLCs? Were there even factions before the DLCs?
Yeah.
There was okay. So like,
bud.
did it make sense then?
Yeah.
In a
I mean, like all of
it
my
was
weapons
something to
were
do.
Dead Orbit. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was Future War Cult.
Yeah,
Yep,
it was.
me too.
It was just another number to raise, right? There were levels upon
Yeah.
levels upon
Oh, yeah.
levels in that game.
Yeah.
Well, eventually I stopped all that and just did Vanguard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
You-
rolled Vanguard. One thing I'm excited
Sell
about with this multiplayer mode, they said they introduced 4v4 across, I want to say across all game types, question mark?
Well, that's what
It
we've
wasn't
heard so
terribly
far.
clear, but yeah, we only have what we have to work with thus far. I like 4v4.
trying to be positive, but that makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Maybe you can be alive longer than 30 seconds. And if somebody says get good, I will not do anything because I'm surrounded by expensive equipment. That is not an adequate explanation.
I think some of the fun in Destiny's PvP and in the Crucible and stuff was like the big, moments. People using their superpowers and stuff. I think that was the fun stuff. The real small tactical stuff, I don't enjoy. That's not for me. So it makes me sad that it seems like they might be going fully towards that smaller 4v4.
Yeah. Like, they're completely retooling the game, man. Like, they've taken everything and they've reset it to 0. I'm not a day one player. I've met a couple that are mad salty. Examples being, like, there's no incentive there for people who have stuck with them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm just saying what I've heard. And then you lose your vaults.
Yeah.
You start with nothing.
I'm going to keep my helmets.
Yeah, something, man.
I don't know, man.
But all that to say,
keep your initiative and your talent.
I know I sound kind of down on it. It's just I like the first one so much. I hope that they improve upon the problems that they had. I'm excited. I think it looks awesome. I think it looks improved.
Yeah, Eagle, I seriously foresee you liking this.
Yes, I do too. I do too.
I'm a little fancy about it, but I'm enthusiastic, and I just want to see him keep a promise.
Yeah.
There's a chance.
Yeah.
I hope somebody this time goes, we're going to do it for 10 years.
Oh, my God.
Just don't.
I hope they
Just
do. I hope
don't
they
even do it, man.
do.
Just make your game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make your game. Well, guys, that's what I got for Destiny.
All right. I guess
I got it off my chest. I feel good.
Yeah,
We'll
just
we'll see.
anticipation.
We'll see you guys next week. Good job, boys.
I think it's September that this is supposed to come out, or is it November?
September.
It's one of the embers.
Some embers.
Stay Ember, Destiny.
Do you remember? So, boys, let's move on to the next big topic.
What's that?
Let's get our Surge Purge.
Yeah.
Let's get it all out there, fucking rock and roll.
Oh my God.
No. Rescue.
I've never been taught to hate a song so much so quickly.
So we don't get sued. That's a Stumful. You can find it on Spotify. Its name is Prisoner. If you need to, just don't use the crowbar to get it out of your head. Just don't do the power drill. Just listen to it to get it out of your head.
Yeah.
They played this song constantly throughout this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in
People
all your
who
red
have
days,
played
man.
Surge know they're in
Only.
the right place immediately.
Only that song.
All right, well, hit me with it, Jake. Tell me about this surge that we've been up to, man.
Here we go. Deck 13 made a game. It's called Lords of the Fallen.
Yep.
And it was very Dark Souls-like. They wear it on their sleeve. I'm not talking S, as they've always said. This is a new genre bubbling up. These extreme difficulty, hardcore RPGs, they're calling them.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yep. I didn't hear anything about Lords of the Fallen. I heard it was, I don't want to judge it, but, kind of meh. But their next project, The Surge, was right up my alley because we got robots, we got mystery,
Yep.
Okay.
and lore, we got Dark Souls sensibilities when it comes to combat,
Okay.
and we have a pause button. So,
Hey!
yeah, all right. I personally don't think there should be a pause button involved, but I just play inverted, so it's just mine.
Yeah.
That's just my world. All three of us purchased this game, and we've been raging. I'm not through my first playthrough. Mr. Old Crow is Savant, and I think he's. I don't.
He
I don't
right
know
bumpered
how
his
he-
way through it. Yeah. Get it!
Yeah, just like a wood chipper, man.
Yeah.
And Eagle, about where you at?
I think I'm fairly close to where you are, Jake, kind of in the R&D section. Got the med
I'd put
bay
that
there.
about 80% mark.
Okay.
It is about where I would put that.
Tight.
Yeah.
Where you're at, I'd put you about 60.
Okay. What's up, 60%? Bringing up
Yeah,
the rear.
dude.
Call me the
Yeah,
caboose.
I just jumped a big 20% hurdle. That's
Okay.
that's all.
I'm having
So what do
trouble
you
with
guys have to say
flamethrowers.
about this so far?
I thoroughly enjoyed my time.
Yeah, let's review a game. We haven't really reviewed one.
Let's begin.
Yeah, let's get in there, see our chops.
10 out of 10, game of the year. Call me
back. And we'll see you next week, rate and review.
Thanks, guys.
Okay,
really
boys.
Appreciate it.
Well, here, boys. I'll pick up the ball on this one. So, you're a dude in a wheelchair, and you go to work one day, and then you have a hell of a bad day. Apparently. No, real talk though. There's a company called Creo. They provide work for people that requires the use of hard implanted exoskeleton equipment so that you can wear different tools and such on your persons in order to accomplish tasks that are on the heavy side of things.
Yep.
And all that.
Like some Matt Damon in Elysium.
Yeah, much like it. Very much like it. So one thing that is an allure to this is someone who is a paraplegic with the nature of the neural implants and the help of an exoskeleton, their legs can walk again. And that's exactly what our protagonist, Warren, is walking into. He's applying for a job at old Creo.
Creo. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Old Creo.
Old
Creo. The old Creo plant. All right. He goes in for his procedure. He's not anesthetized.
No.
Is that the word? Correctly.
Yeah.
Passes out from pain and wakes up in...
squalor?
Man. Yeah. Something went down. That was a hell of a party.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like The Hangover 4 is looking really, really brutal.
Exactly. He never meant to say the things when he was drunk. He didn't mean to call you that. You wake up and you can walk, and then enter the hardcore RPG. Man, this thing was hard at first. I bought the digital copy, so I had no instruction booklet. I wonder if that would have made a difference, because even halfway through the game, I was discovering new things that I could do with this character.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it kind of just drops you into the world. The first things you encounter is these little flying drones. That doesn't really teach you anything until you kind of get to humanoid enemies. And what you'll quickly realize is, instead of like Dark Souls, you can just target them and start swinging away. You can then further target individual body parts: heads, body, arms, legs.
And this is the main hook on the combat for this game.
Yeah, which, I mean, I really wasn't expecting at first. I probably still was going to get this game, but really cool. I mean, and so that seems, fun and all. Obviously, you can, go for the parts that aren't armored or are, and you'll do more damage or less accordingly. But then you can sever each individual head, leg, arm, or torso. And then you can that's how you pick up armor and upgrade materials, which I thought
a degree of control with your drops.
Yeah, that was super cool.
I'll say it's the first game that's ever made me scream, "Give me that leg!"
Yeah.
over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh man, I yell that every time I go to Popeyes.
Give me that two-piece leg.
Give me that dirty rice. Start talking all Cajun. Who that? Give me that rice.
The next time I walk into Popeyes, I'm gonna side straddle in, all slow, targeting.
Just a 9-foot power slide.
Oh my God, yeah.
But yeah, going into the combat, it is exactly like Dark Souls. Again, they wear that on their sleeve when Deck 13 was talking about the game they were making.
Yeah.
Real friendly guys, by the way. We'll holler back at you on Twitter.
And, just before you dive in there real quick, I'd like to say, just on a side note, how much I liked their tutorial section, how they just kind of put the text over objects, on walls and boxes and stuff. I thought that was a really cool touch.
It just kind of streamlined.
It almost seemed like a step away from having a really cool augmented reality vibe to it. It was just laid over everything.
Well, and half the time I found myself I was fighting something, and then out of the corner of my eye, I'm reading the direction on how to beat the thing that I'm fighting.
Yeah,
All right, I got you.
And it takes you a little while to ease into it. If you want these drops, the most efficient way to do it is to really wail on one one particular body part.
Yeah.
Even if you're not getting full, even if you're not going for the soft meat, if you need that arm gear or if you need the articulators that come from it, from breaking it down, you go for that arm and you dodge and you block and you don't cry about it either. And you get that arm. You get it.
Then you rage tap beat because you just took so much damage.
Yeah.
This one's got a jump and a duck.
It's
an interesting mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
haven't found a use for it just yet.
Yeah, I haven't. I didn't use it once. I tried. I don't think I've even seen any Twitch streamers or YouTubers use it the way it should be, I guess, or the way that they say that it should be used. So I don't know what happened there. Maybe I feel like they almost just threw it in there like, so let's see if people can figure this out, because we don't really know how it works.
I think it's one of those things like once in a blue moon there'll be an enemy that like does a low attack or something, and you can just hop over it and kind of be in a good position to like parry. But to me, the amount of stamina and energy you get dodging hasn't been really a problem for me to dodge out, dodge back in.
Yeah, no.
But who knows? Maybe there's something that they're gonna throw at you, some random enemy, new game plus that you just need to jump over.
Yeah. Still haven't found them yet.
I like this though. It's pretty challenging, and it gets even harder the second you get doubled up. Enemies, because there is so much focus on. You're kind of forced to, and I'll talk about this at the end, but you're kind of forced to lock on to one at a time. You can switch up, but everything needs to be deliberate.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you start getting a little squirrely, and we all know what happens. Souls get dropped.
Yeah.
or run the risk.
There's definitely no button mashing in this game. You need to be deliberate, or you will be trying it again.
Yeah, but
souls and go ahead, bud.
I was gonna say, speaking of dropping your souls, unlike the Soulsborne series in this one, when you die and you drop your souls or tech scrap, you have a time limit to get back to them. So you can't just, in Dark Souls, whenever you got back to them, if you did without dying, then you got back to them. It's not in this case. So you have a time limit. You have to get back there. I believe it's 2 minutes. 2 minutes 30 seconds. Correct. 2 minutes 30.
Correct. You can add to that time by killing enemies.
Yes.
Yeah, on your way.
So if you want to beeline it to go get your souls, you can. Or if you want to kill people, that takes time, but then you get a little bit of time. I kind of have a funny story about this. Can I share real quick?
Share away.
So I kind of fell off of a ledge. My computer, like something popped up on my computer, and I was running, popped up, fell off a ledge, and I was about to open the door to the shortcut from the med bay to that shortcut right to where my souls was. But I didn't, and I ran and missed my, I don't know, I think it was 75,000, because I just went through this entire place by about 2 seconds.
You should know better, bro.
Oh, there was no way I guess I could have ran all the way backtracked, but then I would have lost all the progress. I'd had to do it all over again. I was super bummed, man. Super bummed.
And what he means by backtracking is kind of a mechanic to make up for this time limit that you get on retrieving your scrap metal, which equals souls. I'm going to call it souls every now and then, boys. I'm sorry.
No, totally.
That's how it was encoded in my brain. I guess the more appropriate place to start with this convention is how they handle the bonfire situation, and this takes the form of med bays. These are placed safe zones. Operations is what they're regarded as. These buildings are at certain safe points throughout the game, and you augment your systems, which we'll get into in a second. But one of the big features with this is you can now bank your scrap.
So cool. I love this, by the way.
Yeah.
It blew my mind when I realized I could do this. Blew my mind.
Yeah. Instead of walking around with a big old breakfast burrito wallet in your pocket, just packed full of scrap.
Yeah.
You can bank your stuff and always get that ease of nothing to lose.
Yeah.
When you go on your suicide runs for pickups.
And making farming much more viable of a thing to be doing.
Yeah. Just do your little route, clear out your area, bank it, do it again, bank it, because every time you go into the med bay and, you know, it refills all your healing items and injectables, but it also respawns all the enemies.
Yep, just like bonfires.
Indeed.
Yep.
Same concept. But within this operations, you have two different interfaces that you can go to. This med bay kind of addresses you and your rig, and then gear assembly, which is how you deal with the numerous items that get dropped in this game that can be wielded as weapons or armor.
Yeah.
Very true. And I do love how they let you implement all of this armor, all of these weapons kind of on the fly. You know, as you're walking around the world, you know, you don't have to really go to the med bay for any of this stuff, and you can even switch weapons kind of mid-fight.
Yeah.
There are not nearly as many encumbrance issues as there are with Dark Souls. I mean, as far as walking slower, yeah, that is a fine line once that starts happening, but you have many, many slots to store things if that's kind of what you want to do.
Yeah.
You can star, I believe, up to 5 different weapons.
Mm-hmm. You can't switch to mid-combo. Believe me, I have tried.
That would be rad.
Ooh. But no, it is a pretty sweet system. You know, I like the way they have broken up the weapon types in, you know, the different classes that you can gain proficiency in, and, you know, increase your handling of these, you know, different weapons. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a different metric assigned to this game as far as how your weapons build too. Since there's no Andre, they have a whole nother, what would you call it? Experience bar for proficiency.
Proficiency scaling, yeah.
Yeah, based on the type of weapon that you used, whether it be twin-rigged, single-rigged, one-handed. If you stick with these weapons, you build up your experience in that particular type of weapon, and its power goes up with that.
Yeah, which it's cool. It's a neat idea. Just it's one thing. So like you're not making specific, you know, dex strength builds or high faith. You know, the weapons don't scale like they do in the Soulsborne series, which honestly I kind of was bummed about, but that's fine. That's just because kind of what I know. Mm-hmm. But you know, the way they implemented this, it works. It's definitely gonna take a grind because I mean I think my proficiency is at like 21 and I'm, you know, almost done with the second run through the game. It's going to take a little time to get the proficiencies at the same level to then be able to play around with the specific builds, because otherwise, you know, your weapons just aren't going to do anywhere near the amount of damage, you know, as the weapons that you normally use do.
I do really love how streamlined leveling up is, you know, right? You walk into the med bay, you just hold A to level up. It's not like choosing, you know, all these different RPG style stats.
Yeah. That's true. There is a lot less stress in leveling up.
Because I don't know how much time in games, you know, like, you know, any games like that, like Diablo, Dark Souls, any of that, just sitting at a screen looking at 15 different things I could level up, like, oh man, maybe this or maybe that, or you know, changing your mind, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Well, Scott, tell us how they do handle things like builds and rolls.
Well, so they've got gear and weapons that, you know, can affect your stability and impact, attack and defense, and, you know, a bunch of different stats like that. But where I think it really shines is with its implants. You know, your rigs hold different implants and stuff, and they range from all kinds of different stuff, from increasing your health, increasing your weapon proficiency, doing like core power, increasing like you just flat out level. They've got some really great implants that kind of give you that ability to make a build, as you would say, you know, to go, you know, health or attack or energy based. Yeah. Which I think is a real creative way to do that.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me of Nier. Am I right by saying that, Jacob?
Yeah, it's the same kind of approach. Nier kind of has one up on the surgeon that you have build slots that you can save a configuration to.
Oh, cool.
Gosh,
okay.
I wish they had that, like a favorite button.
Yeah, switch up between clusters. Like, this is my boss build. This is my tank build.
Yeah.
But
another same concept.
Yeah, like another cool thing they do with the gear is the gear sets. So, you know, when you start off the game, you have the choice between a Lynx gear or Rhino gear. You know, Lynx being the really light, fast attack, but no defense, or Rhino being high defense but heavy slow attacks. And if you craft or upgrade a full set of this armor, you get a bonus. Like I just did a full set of with the Gorgon security armor, and that gave me the stamina is pretty much always recharging. So stamina is not a worry for me at all anymore, which is really cool.
Man, I need to look into that.
Yeah,
for sure, because I am panic roller till I die. If I had that many knuckles, it'd be on my fist, bud.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool. I like the way that they did that.
Yeah.
But as any game of this nature, I hate how they don't tell you any of this stuff. It's just like figure it out or research it,
Yep.
An interesting way that they handle these drops too. It's not about just running up and finding something or killing one enemy and getting the drop. You get schematics, and then that's just another way to spend your scrap, aka souls.
Yep.
And
and if you want more headpieces,
you don't get that helmet right off the bat. You just have the ability to do it. Now you have the recipe. You need to see if you have the stuff in your pantry or if you got to go shopping.
Yeah, so like when you cut these pieces off, you essentially break the pieces, and then after you have so many, you'll have enough of whatever specific material and then scrap you need to actually make a helmet or a leg or a chest piece.
Yeah. The med bay, operations, the bonfire, quote unquote, will automatically recycle redundant materials into their craft components for upgrading or making new things.
Yeah.
It's pretty handy. I like how streamlined that all is.
And all this stuff you use on the poor employees of Creo.
Yeah.
There's lore to the game. I don't want to spoil anything. Side missions are confirmed. I'm not through my first playthrough yet, and I don't want to spoily-doily the game for anybody this early on. But with all that stuff aside, you have to fight people that are G'd up from the feet up, much like you.
Yeah.
These folks have been afflicted with something that you're trying to find out through the course of the game. It has turned them into drones, and then something is either it's them controlling their gear or their gear being in control and being able to move simply because they have a body installed in them.
Yeah.
You don't know yet if it's the people, crazy people, or if it's the gear going nuts. But you have to fight the employees that habited this building at one point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm
and
glad
their tractors.
Because they scream at me and they jump at me from around corners, so they have it coming.
Oh, man. For swinging so wildly, they really, and just straight animal instinct. They're pretty good at surprise parties.
Yeah, they love breaking boxes.
Yeah, they'll squat down behind a crate. You'll see them just like getting like it's like, hey, everybody be quiet.
Yeah, I hate their enemy placement. It's awful.
Yeah. Oh. You get used to it though. You get used to it.
No, you don't.
These
I
folks,
disagree.
you take a close look at them. They got like wet cigar tobacco skin. Look like saddles. They got these vampire teeth coming out. They're just, man, looking like a bad day.
Yeah.
Bad days. Very right.
Fell from the ugly tree, rolled down the ugly hill, got hit by the ugly truck.
Yeah. And I'll say one thing this game is very Souls-like is there are NPCs in this with side quests like you said and side stories. Man, are they easy to miss.
Oh, tell me about it.
Just like Dark Souls, you can completely miss every one of these NPCs and never think twice of it. And you're like, yeah,
why are you wearing these great pants? In a pipe.
Yeah.
It's just in a pipe, in a ventilation shaft. Like, how would you know?
Yeah.
She's like whispering, hey, come here.
Hey, go do this for me. And you're like, what? And she's like, you'll figure it out. And you're like,
give me all your scrap.
I won't. What are you talking about?
You're good. No, for real. You have any change for the bus? Hey.
I gave you $1 an hour ago. Why do you need another $1? The bus is gone. You're lying to me.
Well, I don't know if they're lying to me or not yet because I haven't been through. I have like 4 going on at the same time, and we're just going to see what happens. I've been trying to do everything as far as the NPCs demand. I want to see if there are different endings involved in this game.
Yeah.
They're just kind of sketchy and open-ended sometimes, some of them. In my opinion.
Yeah. I want to try out a lot of... Go ahead.
I was going to say, like the Souls series, it's really easy to I don't know, this character never came back to Firelink, so I guess see ya. You know, you have to do a specific set of things to, finish their quests.
Indeed. My playthrough right now, I've kind of spent too much time with what's called a single rigged weapon. It's one-handed technically, but it's attached to your arm, and that's different in the game from a weapon that you would hold. So this weapon is so unique that all my proficiency scaling is above 20 on it. I can't really switch to any weapon at this point in the game unless I just want to farm for a whole day to be able to get my damage back up. Yeah. So there are only a couple weapons in the specific weapon type, and that kind of bums me out. I should have gone with single-handed or one-handed so that I can try a range of different ones.
Yeah.
See what I like.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying, that it kind of sucks that, you if you want to switch it up, you're really going to have to grind and grind and grind to get back up to that level to start doing any real damage with it.
But all in all, I'm having a lot of fun.
For sure.
I enjoy it. It's tough. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
You got to figure it out. There are definitely clues there. There's definitely something going on under the surface, and I dig it.
And just to say this, I can't confirm this because I haven't played Bloodborne, but a lot of the people that have played Bloodborne say it actually feels a lot more like that than Dark Souls. So if anyone's out there that has played Bloodborne but that hasn't played Dark Souls for whatever reason, and you like Bloodborne, you really like the mechanics and feel of this game and combat of it. So,
all in all, Scott, what do you think of it?
I like it, man. It's one of those games. I fear that it's hard for the sake of being hard, but then it gives you those little nuggets of like, all right, yeah, I see why they're doing this, and that satisfaction stuff is real nice. So I think it's a strong game in that style of game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it made me really happy just to see another Souls-like, that's apparently the genre now. I'm just really excited that more and more of these games are going to come out because they're really challenging, really brutal, but man, the satisfaction is really awesome. And I mean, I love these kinds of games. I mean, obviously we can't stop talking about Dark Souls every day. I mean, Dark Souls is mentioned at least once, so it's cool. It's exciting, man.
Yeah.
What about you, Jake?
I dig it too.
Yeah,
I dig it too. I'm having a lot of fun. It's I'm anxious to go on to Bloodborne after this. I feel like it's getting me like I'm going through boot camp of this type of game.
Yeah.
And I'm getting better at it. And just the payoff. I mean, that's why we come out here. Like, yeah, boss is frustrating, but you get it, and it's always on that, man, I got stuff to do. This is my last run. This is my last one. Yeah. And then you always seem to get it on that last one, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Yep. But that feeling, man, that feeling of accomplishment. And,
I agree.
And that's why we're here.
To reiterate, this is their second game?
Yeah.
Congratulations, boys. I mean, awesome. Good job.
For sure.
For your second game. And I'm sure that Lords of the Fallen was great too, but I mean, this was a really good game. Kudos to you guys.
Well, that's our little review on The Surge. We're going to all be getting through it in the next week and probably revisit one more time to give it the official. I'm not really good at the whole I give it 4 out of 10 bladders type review type of thing, and I definitely don't feel comfortable putting my gavel down on it without even having gotten all the way through it just yet. So we will be revisiting that in the near future when we get it.
And just to throw this out, Deck 13 has done a whole bunch of games. Lords of the Fallen was just their last big one.
Oh, okay. But, I was going to say, man, if this is your second game, that's impressive. Okay.
Nice.
Thank you.
Way to save an apologies for things we did last week bit next week.
Yeah. Now some of them have been like Ski Resort Tycoon and stuff like that. So, but we'll give them all the credit. They're a great studio.
Yeah, absolutely.
I dig it. Thank you, Deck 13. Thank you, Focus Interactive.
Yeah.
Feeling it. And thank you, Eagle, for bringing us our new bit that we've been doing on the past couple shows.
Hey.
Kermit Arms for Overachievers.
Hey, we're here.
Hey.
We did it, boys.
Let's get it done.
Yeah. What do you got for us today, Eags?
Well, so we took a look at things, and we were trying to decide, this was going to be the Destiny / The Surge mega show, right? We were looking at it, so we looked at the Surge achievements, and we thought maybe we're going to let them marinate a little bit, because, I mean, for instance, me and Jacob haven't even finished the game yet, so
Game's fucking hard in so many words.
Yeah.
Let me just, we don't got to be nice about it. Game's fucking hard.
And
sorry, kids.
Just to throw that out there, most of the achievements are, less than 10% of people have completed them currently. So we'll let them marinate. As we finish up, we'll probably take a look at that in a later episode. But, so all that being said, we took a look at Destiny's achievements.
Mm-hmm. Which I would agree with you, Scott. These are more or less set in stone at this point.
I don't think they're going to change too much anymore. So this week, this is coming off of Xbox achievements. Rarity come in straight from the old Microsoft. So we're I took a look at those from Destiny. Now, the most common achievement / first achievement that everybody will get is Shipwright, and that was to rebuild your jump ship. That was like the first mission. I'm sure you all remember it. You got your piece of crap.
You had to do it to play the game.
Yep. And now to say that only 66% of players unlock that is staggering.
Wow.
Staggering.
Yeah. That's like what, the first 15, 20 minutes?
Oh, yeah. First thing you got to do, tutorial.
Yeah.
Press A to jump.
Jeez Louise, Papa Cheese.
Yep. So
roughly 2/3 got past the first 10 minutes of the game.
I just wonder what person is like, oh, wait, it's a first-person shooter? Crap. Nope. Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't want to play this.
Yep, back to game halt.
Because, again, it's a top-notch first-person shooter.
One of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
when you're
that's
actually
weird.
sitting there playing it,
You wouldn't know
pretty
that the
bad.
story sucks until several hours in.
Right. Yeah.
and it's the only shooter that I even entertain the possibility of PvE.
Yeah.
I don't like doing PvE in Halo. I like playing people in Halo. I barely like the campaign. I like playing people in Halo. But in Destiny, I like patrols. I like shooting at the different aliens and stuff.
It's fun. Well, so moving on. Everybody was playing that game for one reason, and that reason was to get something yellow. Am I wrong?
Exotics. Nope.
Engrams.
Not at all.
Engrams.
Pineapple.
Oh, give me those exotics.
Mm.
So yeah, exotics were the rarest type of weapons and gear, and the achievement to obtain one exotic weapon or piece of gear was achieved by 31.29% of players. So,
Okay. So
I feel bad for those 30% that didn't even get something cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Switch around the letters, you got e-toxic. So
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if
Said
you
lot.
switch around the letters in Destiny, you could do why Destined.
Destined. Yeah. Triple
All right.
word score.
All right,
No, let's keep going down this road.
let's go down. How many letters? How many letters have we got? Okay.
Let's
Did we
explore.
just solve another ARG for Destiny 2? New
Quizzicato.
character confirmed.
Yeah.
Hamburgers.
All right. So another achievement set that we looked at was the Titan Mastery, the Warlock Mastery, and the Hunter Mastery.
This is funny to me.
Yeah.
This is funny to me.
It's very telling.
Spooky.
So 3 separate achievements. One for fully upgrading a Titan, one for fully upgrading a Warlock, and one for fully upgrading a Hunter. The 3 separate, races of character. That were all completed by 15% of players.
Yeah.
Which,
Like almost dead on. Exactly alike.
15.03 for Titan, 15.33% for Warlock, and 15.30% for Hunter.
Yeah.
So, seems like a dedicated 15% of players played it all.
It's just so funny to me it would shake out that way.
Yeah. Like, did you guys have multiple builds?
Yeah, I had all 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I ended up having a Titan going, but
Yeah.
I stuck with Hunter.
Yeah, I had all 3. I fully upgraded my Warlock, but I mean, I know other people that they had all 3 and they had them fully decked out. It's just weird.
I'd be willing to bet
50%.
15.3% of players had all 3. But I think anybody who stayed around for it all did it all. Is what these numbers kind of show me.
I wonder how this would look on PlayStation.
Yeah, I don't know.
And is this Xbox One or 360? Because I was playing on 360.
Probably both.
Yeah, right? Would it be both, though?
That is something I'll have to look into.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I would have to guess that it would just be Xbox One. So, yeah, your achievements don't count at all. Screw you, man.
Yeah, I guess not.
15% of nobody.
Nobody.
All right. So just to round it out, I wanted to take a look. There's a bunch of Crucible achievements and stuff like that. But the one I found was funny was the Notorious achievement, which is to earn Crucible rank 1, which, if my memory serves me correct, would take you maybe 2 or 3 games. You would.
Yeah. Maybe like 2 wins, maybe like 3 or 4 losses.
Yeah. So if you played any PvP at all, you're going to get this. And that was achieved by 24.86% of players.
Didn't like the Crucible.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at first.
Nope. Me neither, man. But 24% is pretty low, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Looks like they lost a lot of people because, again, the game types kept evolving over the 2 or 3 years that Destiny's been active.
Yeah.
For me, it was I couldn't compete with somebody who already had an icebreaker.
Right. Yeah.
They took that out of the game at the end of the day, I think.
Yeah.
But all right. To keep it rolling real quick, I also took a look at the Strike and Raider achievements. Strike and Raid achievements. So to complete a Strike, which is kind of their mid-level mission, right? They had their story missions, and then they had their big strikes. Yeah.
Raid Light.
To complete a Strike, the achievement Rising Vanguard, that was unlocked by 47.88% of players. So about half of everybody at least did a Strike, which that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
indeed.
And then
those were fun.
Yeah. Now the raids, the big boy missions, put your belt on. Those were done. The Raider achievement was completed by 20.04% of players. So, a pretty small amount of people got to quote unquote see the fun, as Destin said.
Yep.
That number is a lot more loaded to me than the Strike percentage because this is complete a raid.
Yes.
Yeah.
And who knows how many people tried it.
Yeah.
And just end up couldn't get through it.
Right.
Yeah, the first time I went into Vault of Glass, it took us like 6 hours. Like it wasn't. It wasn't like a short thing.
Yeah.
Just imagine how much higher that number would be if it had the matchmaking like within Strikes, though.
Yeah. I think that's very apparent, and I think that's something that Bungie sees. Like, wow, only 20% of people even saw one of the cool things in Destiny once. And they did 4 or 5 strikes or 4 or 5 raids, and they got progressively better and more awesome.
And that's where all their brain work went.
Yep.
The raids are complicated with
with
unique individual backdrops and settings.
Yeah.
Space is built for them, and so that's the real meat and potatoes of the game, and nobody could see it.
Yep. Yeah, like super in-depth things. Like there might have only been 4 or 5 of them, but again, hours of content, hours each one.
Well, and to round out it all, boys, you know how I like to check out the rarest of the rarest Destiny achievement. And that, of course, is the coveted Flawless Raider achievement. Now, I don't know how this is flat out possible. It has been completed by 1.24% of players.
Jesus.
And now to unlock this, you need to complete a raid with no one in the fire team dying.
Yep, don't have this one.
Nope, me neither.
I don't see how. I don't know.
I might have the achievement for most times dying in a raid.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so whoever you are, the salty, bloody, sweaty players who got that done, congratulations to you, because that is elite.
Yeah.
Fedora's off for you.
Pretty impressive.
But so, there you have it. Overachievers, boys. Destiny. We got it done.
Yeah. Nice.
Destiny 2 and the Surge Purge Super Show.
Yes.
How much time do we have left, boys? We got spoily doily time, or just kind of hold it off for next week?
Well, that's up to you guys.
I did finish Mass Effect, but we can save that for next week if we need to.
Yeah, we got these rappers trying to use the studio next. They're already
All right, 50 Cent, I know you're trying to make a comeback, but give me just a sec.
I got studio time booked for after this. My stage name is going to be Bruno Bars. And I'm recording my mixtape, Swag Actually.
Nice.
And
follow-up album, Eat, Pray, Swag.
Wow.
Yes. Bridget Swag's Diary.
I like that, bro. I like it.
Name it from various rom-coms.
You're going to see a Kendrick album come out here soon with that name, and you're going to be mad.
Swag in Manhattan. But yeah, okay. No spoiler doilies this week. We're closing up the bar earlier. It's a Memorial Day where we are at.
Yeah. Have a good holiday, folks.
Yeah, wherever you're listening. And wherever you're listening, if you want to get in good with us, send us an email.
Please.
Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what you think about the surge. Let us know what you want to think about anything. If you want us to talk about something. If you want to maybe get dinner.
Yeah. Give me your comments on Cheetos.
Yeah, and when this is all over, we should get an apartment together.
Mr. Musk.
And you can reach us at edgystances@gmail.com or talk to us live on Twitter. The handle's at edgystances.
Yes.
Talk to us. I'm Best Jacob Alive 2 on the Xbox, Best Jacob Alive 3 on the PlayStation 4 when I'm streaming, which is, most of the time when all of us are streaming, we all stream under our respective handles as well, but mostly you can find us on Twitch at BloodShot Eyes Sore Thumbs, no spaces. And at Best Cast Alive for Beam, which is now Mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should cover that a little bit next week because that was a weird transition overnight. So
yeah, so for the sake of being able to find us, if you like using the new Microsoft streaming service to see what we're up to, it's just a lot easier on the Xbox One to do it like that, for me at least. Would it just be mixer.pro/?
Well, so it's mixer.com, and it's
Okay.
Mixer. So just like straight up mixer.com. So yeah, mixer.com/besteaglealive, mixer.com/bestcastalive. Easy way to find us. Right, built in right on the Xbox too. They got a new page coming. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
What about you fellas? Where can we find you?
I am on Twitch, but yeah, I'm really interested. Jacob kind of blew my mind with Mixer yesterday. You can find me on Twitch at AWBS88, but I actually have been using these shows Twitch a lot. So is it at Bloodshot Eyes, right? Not Edgy Stances
Bloodshot
for Twitch.
Eyes, Sore Thumbs, no spaces.
Okay.
The name of the show.
Yep. I've actually been using the shows Twitch a lot. So yeah, either one of those. That's where you can find me surging it up and doing other goofy stuff on my PC. Yeah.
Love it.
What about you, Eagle?
You can find me at Best Eagle Alive on pretty much anything you would like. So just type that into the search bar and whatever you're using. I'll be there.
All right, boys. I put a bow on it. You can find us on iTunes. Please rate and review. That means a lot to us as people and as citizens of Earth. It also aids in visibility of our show. You know, we just got the band together, but, you know, we're getting better. One thing's for sure, we're going to keep marching on.
Yep.
And we're going to grow into whatever our final forms are going to be. So, again, that's iTunes, Podcast Addict. Make sure that you have the use iTunes search engine box checked in your search parameters for Podcast Addict.
Yeah.
And on Stitcher, for those folks who like to use Stitcher.
Yep.
The website itself is edgystances.squarespace.com, and you can listen or download to our stuff right off of there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a great show, boys. Destiny 2, The Surge.
Woo!
Stay embered.
You guys have the best day you've ever had.
Pineapple.
And Grant.
I believe in Gwen. I believe in Gwen. I